All right, everybody. This is the Mad Professor. You know where I'm from. You know what I do. I'm gonna try to make this quick. For all my family and friends in Georgia and Texas, you guys need to double check your voter registration. In fact, if you live in any red state, you should double check your voter registration. The Attorney General, the very corrupt Attorney General of Texas, Ken Paxton, in the last week or so has raided Democratic offices that are used to register black and Latino voters. They're, of course, using the guise of trying to stop illegal voting and using that to enact search warrants on these offices. And in fact, in one instance, they went to an 86-year-old lady's home who had been working for this organization, LULAC, I believe it is, or Luliac, something of the sort, to register people for voting. She's worked with these people for more than 30 years, and they raided her home, took her phones, took her computers, and when they go to the offices, they do the same things. It's funny that repugnant pieces of shit, and that's what I'm gonna start calling them, have been for years saying that voting is corrupt, voting is insecure, blah blah this, blah blah that. But this shows the desperation that they know their dumbass of a leader and of a presidential candidate is not doing well. They realize that he's in trouble, that they're in trouble, so they're doing whatever they can to get rid of vote certain voters because they know if voter numbers are low, Republican jackasses normally win. If voting is high, Democrats normally win. And the same thing is going. Some of the same thing is going on in Georgia, except it's a little bit less insidious in one way and a lot more insidious in another. Where they've opened a portal that if you have some information for someone, their name, address, their birth date, where they registered, and in some instances, a partial social security number or a driver's license number, you can go online and cancel someone's voter registration without their knowledge. And this seems to have again affected nearly a million people, just like it has in Texas. So for all my people out there, y'all need to get online, check your voter registration, because the deadline to register and vote in this upcoming election is coming up very shortly. You don't have a whole lot of time left. And here in Louisiana, of course, this POS maggot of a governor is starting to do some of the same crap, saying that they're just trying to make sure that there's voter integrity, when all it is falling into the same right wing bullshit of people are voting illegally, illegal citizens vote, people who aren't citizens voting illegal, voting rather, which is illegal already, and since Republicans have started this stupidity, in 2000 and just a little bit before, there have been 5 instances of someone voting illegally, as far as an illegal citizen of the U.S. or someone who's not a citizen of the U.S. But guess what party gets caught more than often when it comes to someone not voting legally? Yeah, I mean, hell, even in Trump Thinskin's own administration, there was someone who tried to vote in North Carolina at a resident that he had in North Carolina, even though most people say he hadn't been there in years. Check your voter registration, because they're trying to kick you off the roll. And in fact, in Texas, they're trying to kick you off the roll if you didn't vote in any election in the last year. So if you didn't say something happened, you couldn't vote in the last election that's been held within the last 12 months, they're trying to kick you off the voters roll. So double check y'all shit, people. It's the Mad Professor with something to talk about.